New study from the Cook County Treasurer's Office reveals more about who benefits from the annual tax sale. A study out today finds wealthy investors are using the system to recoup delinquent property taxes to make millions of dollars. And those gains come in at the expense of Black and Latino communities. Cook County Treasurer Maria Papp is joining us now to explain more. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. So let me give this a little context.
Okay, please.
Every year, anything that doesn't get sold goes to a tax sale, and everything that doesn't get sold every couple of years goes on a list. So we're talking here about a law that was created in the 50s. And this law was set up by tax buyers who we've come to find out in this study are either private and or hedge funds on Wall Street. So what do? They come into my tax sale. They purchase a property taxes on a particular piece. And at the end of 2.5 years, when it's time for them to take title, they come back into my office and they say, you know what, Maria, I don't want that piece of property. It doesn't have a refrigerator in the house. It doesn't have an air conditioner in the house. They take the property, turn it back to me, goes back on the tax sale, and they get their money back. But the key to what they have done is set a loophole in the law, which allows them, imagine this now, to get between 12 and 54% interest on that sale. That's unheard of. So what are we doing? I have dispatched in my office a bank, which consists of Todd Leidy and Hal Dardick and Andrew Gavrilos. We also added 5 University of Chicago students, and we spent an entire year with 2 mapping experts researching the last 7 or 8 tax and scavenger sales. Our conclusion was that we need to go to Springfield, and we're prepared to do that with members of the county board and the president, and change the law. So how would the law change? If a tax buyer comes in thinking that they can take 54% interest out of Cook County on an investment, we are going to have a law which says if you take a piece of property, you take it as is. Whatever it is that you think you're getting, that's it. You can't come back later and say, you know, I don't like what I got. That's over. The consequence of what they have been doing for years is an estimated $280 million, which went to various governments, mostly harming Latino and African-American communities because it set up an accounting quagmire. Taxing bodies or governments were given the money for schools, for fire, for police departments, for infrastructure. Then it was taken back and they were given interest. So we are putting a stop to this. This is one of a series of studies that's being done in our office, and we're very much looking forward to working with the county board and the legislature on this. It would be criminal and remiss on the part of every elected official throughout the state of Illinois not to get behind this legislation, because what it does is it goes into communities and literally bleeds their budgets. So we are taking this tax and scavenger sale out of the intensive care unit. We're going to stop the bleeding, and people are going to be given a fair sale in which the people whose homes are sold for taxes will not be raped in terms of this outrageous amount of interest.
Why is there such an antiquated law still on the books?
You know, in 30 years that I've been there, we've had a couple billion transactions. Imagine that we have narrowed this down to 11,000 pieces of property. Had I not dispatched Todd Leidy to do this study and do the amazing research that he did on tracing who the buyers are and in what states they are, we would have never known. So this is now a point in my career where I have hired people to find out what's wrong with the property tax system. In fact, find out what I'm doing wrong. Which properties shouldn't I be selling, and how are they getting around this rule?
So property owners just miss out, those who've been already dealing with this.
Yeah, they've been duped, and I've been duped. But now I've hired people who are smarter than me to conduct this study and figure out what's wrong. It is so egregious and it jumps off the page so loudly that I think Springfield is going to applaud this new measure, and we're going to see a new law in shape in spring session.
And those who've been duped, as you say, is there anything that they can do, or
There's nothing that we can do about it because
they can't sue?
No, they were operating legally. They created a law. We were all the elected officials, including
Unaware of
myself,
it.
were marching in place and going along with this, and we just
Clueless
assumed
about it.
Yeah, we were clueless, me included. So think about this. I've hired 3 people to tell me what it is that they think is wrong with this inequitable property tax system. And this is one of many things that they're finding wrong. I'd just like to mention something as well. You know, a lot of people are calling my office and saying, when are the tax bills are going to be out? I don't have the figures. If I had the figures to print the bills last July and send the bills out in August, I would.
So no
I would
property
like-
taxes out for you don't know how long?
We don't know, but I'm going to give you a hint here.
Give
now
us a
this
hint.
evening.
We need to know.
Yeah, the hint is the following. I should be, if all goes well, receiving an electronic file on or around November 15th. When I receive the file, and I'm sure that the figures are accurate, I am going to post those figures on the internet. Listen up. I'm going to post the figures on the internet. You will be able to go on the internet, see what you owe, download your bill, and pay online, or go to Chase, or come to the office and pay. You will not have to wait to get that bill in the mail. So I'm hoping that that will occur somewhere on around the 19th of November.
Well, will they
That
be
would
due after Christmas or before Christmas? Because that's a tough
They would
time.
be due on or around, I think if all goes well, on or around December 30th, on or around December 30th. But if you know 6 weeks in advance what that number's going to be, it will help you with your accounting. It will help you with your deductions. So I say, you know, let's give kudos to the technology department. It's going to get those bills up online so you don't have to wait to get
All
it.
right. November, and just go online and do it. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Be safe, be well. Cook County Treasurer
Always good
Maria
to hear
Pappas.
from you.
Nice to hear from you, too. Take care.